If you're preparing for the IELTS exam, don't just dive in randomly. Here, we will focus your study routine section by section. I'll give you some key areas to focus on and understand so that your preparation can actually work. Starting off with writing task 1. In the IELTS writing task 1, you get some visual data graphs. You get bar charts, line graphs, pie charts, diagrams, even some tables, which can be a little bit confusing. Understanding the purpose of each of those trends, what to do, how to describe the pie charts, how to describe the bar charts, how to be able to analyze or group the tables, knowing to not give your opinions during this task 1. You need a solid structure. So if you get a line graph, you need to know what exactly to do for that line graph. If you get a bar chart, you need to know the key details to look for, the highest, the lowest. Additionally, with your structure for the writing, you need to have your paraphrase question, overview. You get different structures all the time, but having one structure that you really like does help a lot. Moving on to task 2 in the IELTS writing section. Here you are presented with an essay. It seems very simple, an easy prompt at the start. However, it can be complicated, depending, of course, on the topic you get. It might be a problem and solution. It might be an opinion-based essay, a discussion essay. You can mention the advantages, the disadvantages. You get a lot of different topics. You'll also need a good structure here, a very consistent structure. I personally have a structure that I like to share with my students. I'll make a video later about this specific structure, as every single sentence has a purpose and adds to what the examiners want. So it's very important to know exactly what structure you want, how to give your opinions, knowing that the ideas aren't really that important. It's more how you translate those ideas and explain those ideas. So those are some things to focus on, and knowing what to work on for the IELTS writing test. Next, we have the reading section of the IELTS exam. Here you have 3 passages altogether. They progressively get harder, but there are a few things to keep in mind, such as the questions are all in order. Additionally, you get a lot of different types of questions. You have true, false, not given questions, sentence completion, matching headings, multiple choice. There are so many types of questions here in the IELTS reading. One of the most important things I tell my students to do is know what strategy you have and what strategy you need to do while having a look at these specific questions. Have a strategy for true, false, not given, yes, no, not given. Have a strategy for the multiple choice. And a few key skills to learn will definitely be scanning and skimming. Those 2 skills are essential in the reading test. Next is the listening section of the IELTS exam, where you have a lot of audios. You have 4 sections with a total of 40 questions, and you get a variety of different audios. You have monologues, dialogues, one person speaking about an announcement, you have an interview, a lecture. You get a variety of audios. So of course, a good point is to get used to the audios. Make sure you are practicing a lot of audios, you're listening a lot, so that will definitely help you with your natural skill of listening. Just like the reading, you have a ton of different questions. And again, you need strategies for each and every one. Here, if you have a strategy for one type of question, knowing how to efficiently go through it, that will save you time and help you be a lot more accurate. An additional skill is, of course, knowing when to listen and when to write down your answer, as it is very difficult to multitask that when you are writing and listening. Personally, for myself, I cannot write and take notes while listening or even answer while listening. It is extremely hard. So I have to choose when to answer, when to focus on listening. And lastly is the IELTS speaking section, where honestly, It is the most natural way of speaking there is for any test, in my opinion, where they ask you simple questions. It's kind of like an interview or a discussion. You have three parts, and here for the speaking, it's most important just to be very natural and confident. Practice speaking everyday topics where you will be able to discuss your hobbies, your lifestyle, your work. Keep your answers very natural, very short, and be confident most of all. Don't be stressed or shy. Use some hand movements, be able to express some facial expressions. Those are some key points to focus on. In part two, it is a longer speaking part, so I tell my students to imagine you're telling a story to someone. Imagine the examiner is someone who is very interested in you and just wants to get to know more about you. So, in the story that you will give, where you speak for 1 to 2 minutes, give some context, provide some emotion, some details, some feelings. Really enjoy speaking about that. And if you enjoy it, if it's a topic that you like or experience that has happened to you, the examiner will enjoy it as well listening. But again, the speaking section is not super easy because in part three, you get very hard questions. For myself, as a native speaker, I haven't thought about those questions before either. So it's very hard to answer them. But again, the ideas that you mention are not important. What is important is for you to express those ideas really well. If they talk about traveling, it doesn't matter what you speak about it. Of course, it needs to be on topic, but whether you're talking about one idea or the next, that doesn't matter. What matters is how you present it to the examiner. So, ways to prepare for the speaking, just be able to practice as often as you can on a variety of topics. Of course, it's very natural, so speak about anything and just be able to be confident, less stressed, and just try enjoy it as much as you can. Of course, try to say some unique words or vocabulary, but if you're forcing it, rather don't do it. Just keep it natural and easygoing and simple. And to recap, overall, don't try to do all of the sections, all of the question types, everything at once. Focus on one skill, one section, one type of question, and focus on it until you understand it, until you have a strategy, and until you feel more confident. And slowly by slowly, after each practice, you will be more and more confident when you see those topics, when you see those questions, you will feel better. I didn't have a look at specific strategies or techniques or templates or examples. Here, I just wanted to give you an idea of where to focus your practices, what to do, and to just give you some direction in it. Later videos, I will have a look at step-by-step processes. But for now, it's a lot more plain and simple, and you just need to practice more. As always, if you have any further questions, make sure to leave it in the comments. I will do my best to answer. Best of luck in your preparation for the IELTS exam, and see you in the next video.